asentunda yende kigima twagocherega mwase ya mukuru ase emoche ona Nairobi ase county ya Nairobi enyoni edition na utambe kwa torera sendo inche na wego minto Isaiah mobra tukubota na John kwamboka ngoma ya twakorete rumurobiri bwenyoni ya KCTV na una butambe unelia leo ngotogocha ya mase mukuru ase county ya Nairobi county ukraboniga ebwate amangana yaboigo ibintu binge na bugenda kwaneka hapa na pale na wego barayubone na bugene kale decisions chikina chirega iga na biko no nyaba abanyankonkuraswa murausi no barega iga emo asem na iga ase sababu hiyo litwala ngo twatarema asemo gwikasobisi ya wakili swanya ya masemo tujusangana tutaina kiinego kiraboniga vitu ziko aje mambo yako aje macha se onyo tena kiraboniga manga ne kigo na alingi gati ya wakili bari kumwegerera uyu kabeiro mukonyu maragwense akimishumariga digashoka kubono bintu bikagenda iga bakabuwa nabayo ndubaitine kiine one nkina kya kuwa kekenengere kike kubono aya toletire gaiga no gukwanira amangana ligete komikeri kubachone chimbe IEBC asokera bari gatorenga paka umanya krogo munya ocholirwe gasinda ndo chene drama yose achakira namna gani mheshimiwa mtotebiale na bigo ne commission yose yake komikeri kubachone chimbe IEBC kiko tayari mheshimiwa. Karibu sana.
Asante.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, I'm good.
I'm good to see you.
Asante sana.
As always uko fiti na kile tunaona.
Niko sawa, niko sawa. Yes.
Mungu anasaidia.
Nyasa ito sawa?
Yes.
Nero to.
Asante sana mheshimiwa, on short notice watu wanje tuikeye.
Nenji na vera mogo korora. Street kuliara kuruli last time to maintenance.
Yes.
To mukuli.
Na to kuli.
Mungu ndikiri ngimbwata
abagana abantu wake ko barondera yodiya yande atakayiga yangweta keke mwe kumishimwa ante buri muriria ningo nkayibwira ngayumeta ubusise itabakange okana ndoya se ko constituency ke turema
weroa ase mwenyegetinge na bali bagu watch KCTV Kenya na insisipo ngwa kambia muno njonguru kwa Victor Swanya ogeto situgere Kitutu Masaba constituency kurwa Gesima ward Nonka Nyamira county but we see it's just one Ndriwantuangi igo Nonka Nairobi no dokore kibarua jino mwakiri before ndra mwakiri na akolere binti bingi biasara you know and all that.
Yes.
But then bondo aso egasiye yugo wakiri rende na ndete to no teacher so that you can survive. One.
Thank you. Lalu mheshimiwa grada ngani kibarua medik baro ikera wanto bari go konyara wais aine gasio
one masagi ninje. By the way, I think I need to say my story. Ego era njina guri kuna serikali. No. Gona go school na chagete biashara. Ngaisomia, yeah. I've done both degree, Miss Nyevono, right?
Amazing, congratulations.
So ngaisomia ngakora mangana construction, ora mangana business consultancy. Nainde ongasoa buwakili basically based on a number of issues na rutina preview ngaranga tiangu manya mangana richi especially say biashara yeah business law and all that. So what I can say ngelinga SM dina guli chikuru na delia wandu gulu tuzunga ki egendekere nesem na ninkara chago somia wan. I'm glad abandi ba college university kadekero kwa tuma tukwa desemi nere gutambuki ekero kwa desemi yo kremia ekero kwa desemi na yo korekana asabantu bandi bali yo trikuliri unse yese ne nande neregerete bondo gende koreta magendero bono lindi asebono asinji ni timu ya itu tuwata mwakili gai awakili angese sawaiga tunya okole bina range ni wakwane
Igumo nditogo sana mojo
not quite omaito I think a role yumu wakili telling aganyerete muitane mono mnanjibona I'm specializing in mediation arbitration but I'm doing now my PhD in mediation. Opo wakili no semia. Watebya abantu koraiga muwaso kumira nese koti. Yesu biega na tebetega. Inganyuma mutarande koti. You won. Why? Because egeroko ande koti, ekoti ma de what richiko. Monori chikere reach it. Troch. Na ande ndibu ati maiso, dikoranga no genuine, so genuine. Na bora nyorenga ekero muntaka bwetu bobe. Yakoverere bobe. Then you lose out. Lakini mwakili abando okote mutagwe wan. Eshida nere. Wate eye koraiga. Mwakili akote ngabono anye ko so ku regento. Iwana. To wasa kwenda twin good faith. Iwana yaki nkyo kongoneli. Nengombe. Indabwe emwam ngakia maguruna ngakia. You see mwewana kabisa. Chiwe serenga. Na ande kerwa mwewana nde mwanjirana. Kermuko mostly bine bigoje asibintu bitari very clear. Gray areas. What take advantage? Yeah.
Much, thank you so much. And by the way, how has it been like kakara after mo bure kinayo much more giji? Squeeze mo na one town. How many cousins?
I tell you. I think the country has not understood. Now, and think whatever mangi about my client, but generally for the purpose, you can understand. Even what we're working on, we are engaging into interlocutory orders. Now, interlocutory orders, nature application, chiwatewanga, you must try correct. Again, the correct. You must try correct.
Yes.
Rectify. That's what we're working on. Even if you are going to get a paka court of appeal, to other thing alende, in a queue a deputy chief justice, a panel, a bench, a constitution, there are more chingu, choko panel, a bench. You see that? Naninga kia kumera botuko, litukulite yegas. Wakoli bintu via sharia nga bintu nga consultation
yes
na mawakili mbali ngoro ngaki how igoze ngende ki procedure inerembe malicious na no ma de kero cha gigento kubube the how to come no putambi gero troch. So that's what we want at the court of appeal. A court of appeal ateba again the view deputy chief yako deputy chief justice yako is wrong. Tabu ati chinguri chuko appoint a panel. A year ago appointed only by the chief justice.
Which one actually we saw no more ability on that. But unfortunately we saw your client that then I want to money being able. You are thought
no. Now I think in my media more picky window too. Because you want to create news.
Now tell us.
No, what it was, ekero to anorete clarity that the deputy chief justice messed up. So now we came back, right? So that the chief justice appointed the correct panel, which she did. When we appeared before the panel, everything one into it. We are interested to prosecute a petition your client which is regarded. Remember, many petitioners. About Kenya, and the DG allows them. You can come with as many petitions in mundo wrong. So the thing singing you only be very vinge into one karato angulivaga to deal with the petition of the petitioner. Troch, uyure, rigati, machawa. That's what we said. Now that's what we made it clear. Ekero to what the first mention. Now into what everything now. You don't do interested, no. You see? Because already I think the senior counsel, Paul Muite, put it in a easy way. No, I mean, you have divorced with your wife. Right? Now, a coating, a coating, make sure to get recommend one of many right? We are one. I gang and which ya, now I get which ya. Then when you go in Mukungo, come in there, Nanny, you made them Musaj was a many myself. So apparently, William Mutunaba Mukungo, they ever got it. In Japan, Umura compensate my rights. That is basically that's what we say. Because okay, in the area, what again? Already the
damage is done.
Damage is done. The process which was used when you name you need to listen Europe to go to Muswati in Jera, Conveca Mogongo, you know.
So much more when we talk about compensation in this instance.
Yes.
How much are we looking at?
No,
for instance.
But you see, all these officers, government officers, regarding Gacha was a state officer. William Muruto, the president, is a state officer. So they have got salaries. Determined by the Remuneration Commission. So that's basically what we'll be asking for. That's it, nothing more.
Are you winning it?
In dry way, you have not been had. You know, the really petition, dry work. No, dry work.
In the end of
no, I mean, you know, we have a mission on I think on 19th, right? This month, yes, yeah. But again, there are so many other petitions. So many other petitions. Went the Kuiweka, ne Penje, Yabet impaneled by the Chief Justice. So basically, the bench will decide because there are so many petitions which must be dealt with, and you might normally the order of courts engineering if Kubwan applications they must first be disposed of. Egaroja disposed of, Momagu Rogend to the main petitions. You see, as it is, Gajawa is not impeached. No. One, the conservatory orders still are on, given that the Court of Appeal sitting the bench that vacated the conservatory orders was our own bench. So it means the conservatory orders are there. So technically, Gachago is the deputy president. That's what it is.
The people's deputy president.
Cousins.
Hi cousins. Watu ndo sangai masemana wakili Victor Swanya. Upande mali dichiko hapa na pale. Abugeso kunyina wekrawoni ngamangana na mangale. Baidho mheshimiwa wakili twachakana na mangana ni ekeombe kyo chone chimbi wa IEBC. Kuruna mangana kurba bweto bisi nyasaye no mubeka asagi yo mheshimiwa Chebukati. Abuga mangana si PDLS ya Wero Church by elections and there. Kwa no ndoro chibado vetting ilifanya actually mba wala interview kila kitu kafanyika, vetting kafanyika, tumeona wamepitishwa, lakini ngana bado binambere ime.
By the way, IEBC, I'm one of the lawyers in it. And
are you defending?
And we're leading, we're defending on the citizens. And Senior Counsel Paul Muite is the one leading us. We have other lawyers like Dudley, Uchel, Douglas. We have Odinga, right? Eunice Lumaras. We have a team of lawyers who are there. Wanyama is another lawyer who's there. So understand. So, what's your question?
So my question is, the commission is not actually one ya kinaeton mna as the chairperson.
Yeah, Erastus.
Yeah, Erastus. Kuna chibado mbada tenga bado nga a process yon toro jina shini bas nigetia malita chinga kcha shortlisting mangana agenda iga. So ba Kenya watenga ya commission into yero chibu ya. Kwa no yetigo vet kila kundu ajina bonga walimaliziwa. So what happens next?
All the facts are like this. The panel which was constituted could recruit the commission.
Selection panel.
The selection panel. Now, we came in because we said, you panel, you have done work wrong. Because what does the law say? It Article, I think, 250 clearly says that when you're recruiting the commissioners, you must pair certain things. And these things, one is you must look at regional and ethnicity balance. Yeah, which means when you pick people, you must pick people bearing in mind evaluate nainde into the community. So we said, one, we have got two people from the same region, Rift Valley. That is Karen Surubit and Erastus Etonak. Now, we have two people from the same community. That is this Noor, Hassan Noor, right? Then there's Apukatal, this lady from Lamu. Though they are coming from different counties, but in terms of a community, they're presenting more or less one community.
Yes.
Right? Now, we also said, this Mohammed Noor, he was nicked in Ekero. He was not in the list of the people who were shortlisted. He came later with the other 11. That the 11 never was indicated the wrong thing. You see, that's basically what they were doing. So and he admitted he's a relative of Junaid Mohammed, and we are saying that there's a flaw there, right? Because a selection to recruitment must be transparent. That's what the law says. Okay. The other point we said, even the advertisement itself, were the conditions of who is eligible. And the eligibility, a state officer is not eligible. True. Now, and if you have asked Chikurawi in the period 5 years, you are not eligible.
You are a politician.
You are a politician, right? Now, this madam, who is the registrar of political parties, Anne Nderetu, she's a state officer. She's not eligible. Okay? Karen, she admitted she was with Jubilee and UDA in the governing council. She's not eligible. Now, those are the issues which we were arguing in court. And actually, the court agreed with us, and it gave us conservatory orders. The only thing the court said is, very well, let Parliament continue with the process, but they should not be shown in or appointed until the petitions have been determined. That's what the court said. Now, and the judge, when you look at the ruling, the judge actually raised all these issues, and they said they're fundamental. This is an independent commission which operates under the trust of Kenyans. It's going to work for Kenyans. And imagining elections is very emotive. All the elections we've had, I think in Kenya where we've never been satisfied. The elections, even me, so you cannot get people go through a process which is questionable. I think that's the point which I think is, and which again we have asked, it has not been answered. I was very surprised, and many others like and Kenyans, I guess, that the president went ahead. A president akagendera, yani akaenda maminja yiri chiko. Nanda kamakuru akawanta Vegas akakora statement which is contrary to the law.
So what happens next? Now that equity are there, you know, Parliament is going to process.
Process nero. Process nero.
So do we still have the commission? I'm about
No, I mean, the law is also clear that every state officer must be sworn in, right? Before Atara take over office, that's presumption of the officers. They must be sworn in. So we have already written a letter to the Chief Justice. So como te via, nga do baso correct uswear abanda. Ego era you are a custodian nirichi. Well, na nuju kuba swear na you won contrary nirichi. Bono then the inkituja gutumia kubuambi.
So much as things stand with Rawaniga, as according to you, now going to reach the commission IEBC.
Look, into what the commission IEBC, because even to what the president has done, he has gone against the orders of court, and you see into what rules the courts don't, the courts in Chikurwa order in vain. Yeah, ekare court ya order ya rigiri ya ringi take. And that's why I don't know any president. I actually Timolia was almost 40 years. Yeah, anything, Pakambu, Yamachi, Machi, Isagi. No, Nimpu, only to work Yamachiko, my two more waiting. Culture, he would dictate. Not to Yamachiko get Nasikumura. No, I did written. Yeah, like you get the word written laws. Nasi commune. Na mwaka si commune. You see, and mwati go yaga mwaka correct mwamene. Igo nto go kolebi into afasatly like the chango forest. You know, we have to follow the law and rules. Na chigo chikoreta order. Yekere president yako and I go defy lichiko. I'm telling you, it's not a good sign.
So, Mheshimiwa, president the other was, for example.
Want to want some level of immunity.
So, what is Chico? The answer that I want to immune.
Okay, to the Vega. And again, these things are given so that we can move forward. For example, a judge can make a mistake. He are immune to because of that. You go, that's why we have a court of appeal. The president, why not you make a president? You want against.
Do we always see? I can't
Yes. Remember last time Kibaki appeared in court in person. You were a mama muget. And they did it. Where presidents, they are jailed.
Yes.
They are jailed. The same will apply. I mean, even President Ruto, actually being the one of which I cannot call it time, what is one time or whatever it is. He must be answerable to the law. He will be answerable to the law. The immunity one shall rose.
Thank you so much. Mheshimiwa wakili Steve, Mheshimiwa wakili Victor Swanya, sorry. Kwa nina mangana tere president kidogo, usuguze mrima kidogo, lakini rende sama chiko na kitu achara lero lisikulia lero kumuliga masema tumanyi ase obo imekubono kore ikrabo nigero tairinga commission yiki umikiriko chane chipima IEBC kore nganeli chiko nkeyo kore kore ngano mara gwensa ya Kenya iye yako sawa na kila kitu. Mheshimiwa, tell us what happened with us Mheshimiwa Charles.
Charles Igore.
Ndoro jizana ndana bwatete kwa lakini era tema ya nore gas na kwata nini. Was it fair? Because abangere na rocha wata wangu kora batete senya cha mara maga.
It might be incompetent to comment. Okay. Through that is not among the people already recommended by the recruitment team. I mean, as simple as that. Now, whether he qualified or not. What I know, he had resigned from the East African Court of Justice. So people were saying maybe he's a state officer and all that, but he had resigned, and he gave reasons why he resigned. Ekeombe Kuba interviewed. Now, so I think right now we don't know whether his name as a president. We don't know. What we know in Gelinga, Erastus, there you get whatever the name. Sorry for the second name, but Erastus is the one who reached there. There must have been one other person. We don't know whether it's Charles or Sinono Dominate. In fact, as lawyers on the matter, we have already asked to hold the secretariat, but what we call a scorch at I want to go to interview because there are a few things we are challenging. Maybe then we'll know whether Charles scored what and Mark Manyanga what must have happened. But remember, the responsibility you nominate your chore. It is to that select committee. That's the responsibility. What we're asking, we want to know which criteria did you use? We guys more Nanda Banta wants to be in Moscow the what? Right? To mark on the balancing. For example, we're asking, why should you have Avant from the same community? Okay? Is it the thing for example, the entire of Eastern, the word Mont. For the first time we see the word representative. Okay? So Nanding to Kende, you saw Avant once bad already. Kilmunta about the godfathers. So how fair are they going to be? Now the election, we don't want to have a repeat of 2007 because can you see a Kiribona our Kenya mbaucha ku accommodate rubbish. No, but I get fair elections, transparency. That can cause a country erupt into problems, which we don't want. And that's why we're in court. Can we make sure the Kenyans are satisfied? The process here was transparent. So
much more you agree with our chess about what I want to get commissioning and that what interest
but you see, they haven't denied. But for example, but when they were being vetoed in Parliament, if you watch the clips, like the chairman, like he out there in South Africa, I want to apply.
Yes.
Meaning that what the interest. Yeah. Again, to what they calling, then you
go for it.
You go for it yourself. Okay. Nani questions in Jironga, Ekera counter Tony when Nanok was the governor of Turkana. The Auditor General had queries, and it was the counter Tony. So, on the issues in your previous job,
how about this one?
It get a higher threshold of transparency. Are you not likely to obey your masters? That's the question Kenyans have. Okay. Now, when you look, for example, this Asa Noor, he admitted he's a brother-in-law to Junet. All of Junet he knows he got the job not because of any merit, but because of Junet.
He's the minority leader.
Yes, because of Junet. Who means IEBC is likely to lead. You get my point. So, and that's why I think the drafters of the constitutions give conditions that this must be done like this, right? Chapter 6 of the Constitution is very clear. They also said very clearly that you should have not practiced or being politics, yeah, in the period preceding 5 years. It means onye kwa 3 to Mugabana, and one of them he did. Onye kwa lengu Mugabana was kwa hulu chiku.
TV amandegere y'umuguzi.
Twatire kuma maine twatire kuma geni ohuru maine ochire kuma geni ohuru maine ochire kuma ohuru superstores.
Kampani ya mabati Rolling Mills kuwatirana na Uhuru Superstores bono nkoni bara mabati chingencho ao ayore ya chikara ao kurengana no kugania we customer mbabwate no mo corrugated na box profile ayore ya chigeche 30 na baigo agotoka asichikara ao buna green, brick red, blue, tile red na charcoal gray asibaigo abwate warranty miaka 7. Amabati ande na aria domurangi ayuari ya chigeche 30 na boigari ya chirangi ao buna bahari blue, karura green, masai red, graphite grey na steel blue asiboigo customer iranyore warranty miaka 5 nebere. Tile profile ayare yechigeche 25 na mabati ande oranyora stitch design ao buna oriental, elegant tile na versatile ayagotoka asichikara ao buna chocolate, charcoal grey, maroon na tile red asiboigo abwate warranty miaka 15. Mbabwate boigo amabati ya lifestyle ayagotoka asiji design buna roman, shingle na wave asichikara ao na gotebenga na abwate warranty miaka 50. Amabati ya yonsi ni gagocha na accessories ao chikokonya wakirani na kubeka amabati ya yasekira makia buna chiriges, plain sheets, valleys, batchboards, screws, nebinge. Batarero ase Uhuru MRM showroom egotoka ase nyumba ya Uhuru complex beyomo chubosongo angena Safaricom house ose JM Towers egotoka angene bengia Credit Bank ose obakeresi miase number 0111 161 500.
Sukari wajirengu maimeito wajirengu.
TV amandegere y'umuguzi.
That in mind, they were trying to ensure you as a politician toward any interest which can influence you to make decisions. Tira tuare some bias. Negeko and Ngolenge constitution kwa nikabili.
Thank you so much. Let's talk about the timeline. Commission and everything. Are we still
by the way, on a light note, though it's not my really, I mean, I think I should be concerned as a Kenyan. Otokora kuminga ki is it a game? Which would delay chikura. Ego era. If you remember, Ekero 207, 28, Cricket Commission said one of the reasons more enough time you will prepare for elections. Agatenga paka bon mutuari enough time. We have less than maybe 2 years. So you have to elections. Even because there are quite a number a number of things that need to be done. The voter register must be cleaned up. Okay? Boundaries, issue boundaries, zero. The boundaries, check constituencies, the word boundaries, check county, Kisi, Nanyamira, the word issues there, which needs to be addressed. Okay? Because you see, boundaries are critical. Because the government resources, based on constituencies. What now we call the sub-counties. Okay? Now, for example, where I come from, Tutmasava, over voters are over 120,000. And Burabu is maybe 60,000. One project and one city, it's equal. So we're at the around work to Masava disadvantaged. So boundaries are important. Those things must be dealt with. But more importantly, the process of voting, the voter register, kumanyanga abantu baro kwanza as registered, but more was never quit. Number two, co-enroll new voters. Like now, our young people, I think they're over 9 or 10 million. But wanted to go enrolled as voters. Mbabwa they want. Mbabwa the voting cards. Because I can remember voting cards in Rwanda, you're denying them their constitutional right. Or Chorumurai, attack it. Even the winning a bono, the actual voting process, instruments you will make a rule she went to go in place. It may require even amachiko to make sure nobody takes an advantage or there's no bias. Even the viewers, only can be big here. Now you might be a college say, and then go and get this time round. You go to want to go again because you can see, as a country, the people are not satisfied. Nobody were born. Whether what I were born about it wrong or they are right, but generally everyone to Marsa is satisfied. What's going to happen? They will require a higher accountability. They require a higher transparency. Only take over, chances are in a
Thank you. Thank you so much. Briefly talk about the Maranita abductions and killings and possibly what are the reasons to make someone who assassinated Komorekera.
To be honest,
Albert.
The Gambe plant, I think the president, there's nothing he doesn't know. No. He even knows what instructions were given. He knows. As the man who's in charge, I think what again to satisfy the people. One, this deputy inspector of police should resign or should be sacked. Okay? The whoever, I think Majiguna corroborators, crime. Is the engineer crime. They planet crime. One, you are an executor. You know you are not as guilty as that fellow. Or one is more guilty because there is a murderer than you are. You are just an executor. One, we need to find who gave the instructions.
The owner of the dog.
Yeah, who's the owner of the dog? So, and that's why it must start from there. So let the heads roll. As a country and as the President of the Republic of Kenya, you have failed us. You have failed that man. There is no justification in law. Wherever, all those hours, and yet into the codes in Umape, right? Which will have tried him Okay? With the new constitution 2010, one of the best constitutions we have, nobody has a right. Yani kuikaranzira undi kokore bintu bitavuga maiso. Ya diamande bi asagi. Bone munda oja agutratenia. Ngajino muskari ngote kirauni. No. Yogo ngoli nginakora. Yeah. Onye kimbwata mangana ngire ndikire a judge. Onye toko ngepe cash bail. Igonde chera masili sikiwo. Nanu kindegaiga you are 100% responsible. For me. Pono nga kiura explaining umuntu lo mnuri wate kiniki ya ngamambi nga wakule sini kwa ngende sales chia serikali. It's not explainable. So I think that the government through the head of state and all its officers, they must bear responsibility for this. Yeah.
So as things stand, we are on the wrong track.
I think I don't yani you see bono tutatebe kende bona ainoge no ndumo somuna ogotire kabisa kwa miaka 80 ya hote banga na kiruto atonyari oya nda somuga anda gitu chamdegete abantu abake nabo bagitungura bakisana but the majority mbagwati kende ya oya ndi tukurenga ndubwati abataka abagende gutakamuno bari bake bagwati bese yarusi woro kabisa bono mbali ben epo usapoti abantu babo ka bono because there's no way I think we are on the right track. We are not. And I think here is purely management. They are not telling me I've done management. For in fact I was thinking in myself even the VOSP is actually lack of effective management. Because I was looking at the budget because I was listening to it. How do you explain you are paying interest 1.something trillion interest? You are not even reducing the principal amount. Then you must rethink. There must be wrong. And you work on that much interest. You must be talking. What about the principal amount? We have planned money. 1 trillion now was pays interest.
So what can they find?
And every year, not only this, every year. Last year we had over 800 million interest. Bond is 1 trillion interest. We are not being told the money you borrowed, the principal, interest, you achieve 1 trillion, then the principal amount must also be very extremely high. All right, so I think we're in a problem here. We're in a crisis. So, and I think the point here is, I think we just need to get good managers. Right?
How can we get the money?
Good managers. A lot of money in Kenya is wasted. Kenya is unbelievable. Nanda wakuiwa wakaitenga they are there for desa the thing miakara ora menye 70 nande tugoita no itania 120 no yakara 100 you really dimbosa yungiri saku there's nothing you can enjoy ona ngaki ora atwali jibese etunie nyuma no agaji nyombe bwa gold you will never get satisfaction. Yesu Kristo na ora kwa good satisfaction.
Thank you so much, Mheshimiwa. Kumbe hii nonga bado na wako wa pastor.
Bravo, the fact. Those are good facts. Actually, what can give you proper satisfaction is Yesu Kristo. By the way, because you see, nyasa nero ura kuigutie, uwete buyori na everything here, ogoragira, not overdoing. Nembe nyumba buyori biego. Nandi utware nkoro yokonya handi. That is the best you can do. And I can tell you that the greatest people, that's what they've done. That's what they've done. I mean,
not what you have.
Not accumulating what belongs to people, what belongs to the others. I mean, for reasons not explained. I know where you are coming. No where you are saying, you are among the top Jews. We will teach you about range. Like other men.
Thank you. Mheshimiwa, thank you for making time for us to Wanchira. Japan on short notice.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I hope you know wananchi waita mwenye kitingi mwabeta Mwebuli ngatua kwanire. Gendero saberi se ya Kenya. Na ende bono mumwe tinga ntubuate na into umumura kuruki gusi Matiani. We are supporting him as endeavor sia kwa. But I will say one thing, and the one is important. Let's not ndoba so pakwa. Tiga opera ibai to bomo so as many as they can. To buatera ne to gana mutu. Onde na aru asako let him join. So we go forward. Why? Because at the end of the day, right, we are making a name for our community. Egero to baba to gana tenga mutu buat to maybe unya ogeto maybe ungeli mbamanye kanite ka ungeli ekyo ka ondoyo ka you know that way matiango ne president paka watu warabantu bamanye kanite usona ngaki nera thing oyoti because already namanye kanite asenti yake Kenya. So I think in my view let's not feeling onye swan so is coming up. No, let them come. No. You see now, for example, now if you look at a mountain, there was all leaders. Muturi is there, Mother is there, everybody is there. You go to Western, the same. So as many leaders as we can. Again, they no sang. To sang to brain. Abantu very strong. Matiangimento means very strong people, very politically competent. The more we are, the more we'll be respected. Remember, we'll be negotiating with these other teams. Now, I know what we can negotiate us. They will push you.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. We don't take it for granted. Anytime you always have a look for us. Asante sana. Just asante sana. It's been a nice one. It's been a good one. Mheshimiwa Wakili Victor Swanya masaya mukuru asomoche ona Nairobi aswase bora tara kidogo igakora kwana amangana gratoto aringeteri chiko no Mheshimiwa Victor Swanya Wakili oile kubare kamera litkulero ingakroko minto Isaiah mawebo go kraisa nasa bosige ganere ora ukwanira ayamase mnabego yo chako murolega ingakroko minto Joanna kwamboka brand sagini sena abayigo igano murolwenyo ni ya KCTV on the road turiano ikachinga kichinde kolende kwa izo goto ayo skrako gandra turi chinga kichingi turi skoligia no twale chi sana we go ebro heavy. Bye bye for now.
Good.